Hotel Echo Lima Lima Oscar. Good evening from London, England, from your host, your guy himself, the one and only and truly DLG repping. Is it good morning to you guys, whether you are having breakfast or you're still in bed, or good afternoon to you guys, whether you're having a day off from work, you decided to go out shopping, or you're busy painting and decorating around the house. Or allow me to say good night and rest well to you guys. Yeah, you've had a long day, been a good day, and I wish you thoroughly all the best for the new day as you wake up tomorrow morning. So welcome to another roundup of all the Premier League goals from all 10 fixtures from this weekend's Premier League itself. But before I get going through all the games for you, yeah, make sure you smash the thumbs up like button for me, yeah. Do that in abundance. Make sure you share this channel virally all over the world, especially to your friends and your relatives. If you're watching for the first time, welcome on board. Share this channel amongst your friends and relatives, and make sure your friends and relatives share it amongst their friends and relatives, if that makes sense. Also, in the chat, if you want to talk about a certain game that you enjoyed, because I'm going to be going through all 10 fixtures, so if you've got anything to say about a certain game that you enjoyed or you didn't enjoy, leave it in the chat, yeah? No matter what team you support. And on top of that, yeah, smash the subscribe button for me. Like I've always said, this is the road to 1,000 subscribers. It can happen by the end of this year, the beginning of the new year. Smash the subscribe button. And when you do that, I'll shout you out, yeah? That's me showing you gratitude, humbleness, and love. Just remember, yeah, smash that button for me. Left, right, and center, gloriously but passionately, yeah? Let's keep this channel growing. But the main thing is to like, comment, share, and do subscribe. So on to Saturday's game, and the early one, which was Everton v Liverpool. Now, this was an exciting game. End to end, tackles, had some mischievous tackles, or maybe worse than mischievous. At bookings, I'll tell you what, at goal-to-goal mouth action. And from Liverpool's point of view, this is the 3 points they needed to get as close as they can to City. Now, this is another 2 points they dropped. From Everton's point of view, they needed the points not to be dragged into the bottom three. But for me, it was a case of the goalkeepers making saves, especially Pickford. He made 5 outstanding saves, if not 6. And Alisson made an outstanding save or 2, or maybe 3 outstanding saves. And I think this fixture was about the 2 goalkeepers, and that's how the Merseyside derby at Goodison Park will be remembered. So it finished Everton 0, Liverpool 0. Next game at the Community Stadium between Brentford and Leeds United. I suppose the home team got on to the front foot, posed themselves well, and well, what a day for Brentford and Ivan Toney. Getting the first goal of the game, and then moments later he scores a magnificent free kick, far post, keeper no chance from 20 yards out. Leeds United manager Jesse March was sent to the stands for dissent, only because I feel that the decision not to reward Leeds a penalty was unbelievable, beyond belief, and Jesse March allowed the fourth official to hear it, to get a wordful in his ear, and I think the referee got a wordful in his ear to the point where the referee sent him off. However, it didn't stop Leeds from getting a goal back, and it was a good goal from the Leeds attacking player. But I think Brentford were comfortable in that game, and a goalkeeping error that led to Ivan Toney picking up the ball around the halfway line, skipping past I think a Leeds defender, and then Leeds defender and the goalkeeper, then chipping it past the last defender on the line, and what a goal it was. However, Leeds got a goal back. Forgotten the goal scorer, but any Leeds fans or any Brentford fans or football fans that want to remind me of the goal scorer of the Leeds second goal, drop it in the chat, please, as well as sharing, liking, and subscribing. However, I think Ivan Toney was on his way to taking the match ball home. Then Mbeumo, immediately after Leeds get their second goal of the game, which seemed to be a lifeline, and Mbeumo went up the other end immediately and slotted well. And thanks to VAR, because VAR has been absolutely abysmal this weekend. Well, in this case, Mbeumo gets his goal awarded instead of chalked off, and then Wissa finishes the job off for Brentford and for the game itself. So it finished Brentford 5, Leeds United 2. Next game, we're going to talk about Chelsea v West Ham. This is another VAR controversial. Now, I think Chelsea were on the front foot. They dominated West Ham. They showed their intent on the counter-attack and defensively set up well. I think Chelsea dominated the opportunities. And in the second half, that's when it opened up a little bit more and West Ham took the lead through Mikel Antonio. A bit of a scrappy goal, but Mikel Antonio was on hand to make sure the ball went into the back of the net with a tap-in to send the West Ham United fans into delirium. Sent them into jubilation, should I say. And I feel that Chelsea went up the other end due to their dominance and got the equaliser for Kai Havertz. And I think Kai Havertz got the winning goal. I think the equaliser was scored by Ben Chilwell. I don't know how he got it through the legs of the goalkeeper at a tight angle and into the back of the net. And then Kai Havertz pops up with the winning goal. But the last goal of the game should have been rewarded. Now, Bowen, he's gone in on Mendy. There was no, it wasn't obvious. It wasn't an obvious foul because it was an accidental clash. And I don't think Bowen kicked him hard enough for Mendy to start riding in pain or pretending to ride in pain. And Maxwell Cornet, who had an effort at 1-1 that hit the post, he has another effort, right-footed curler into the back of the net while Mendy was on the floor riding in pain, supposedly. Excuse me, supposedly. Sides foots the ball into the top bins, but the referee, VAR intervened to rule out the goal, and David Moyes had every right to be upset. However, it finished Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. Newcastle 3, Crystal Palace more VAR controversial. Newcastle had a couple of opportunities in that first half. Palace always looked dangerous in the counter-attack, and they did have their opportunities themselves. I think with Vincent Guaita, he had a marvellous game. I think he was the man of the match in this fixture. However, there was a controversial moment in the second half where Tarek, a free kick comes in. Tarek Mitchell pushes Joe Willock onto the goalkeeper, but VAR deemed Joe Willock to have committed a foul when he didn't. He was pushed onto the goalkeeper. The ball comes off Tarek Mitchell into the back of the net. It should have been a 1-0 to Newcastle at that point. However, VAR ruled it out controversially. I couldn't understand. So it finished Newcastle United 0, Crystal Palace 0. Next game, Nottingham Forest v Bournemouth. Now, what a game at the City Ground. Both teams looking for 3 points at the back of defeats. And I have to say, Bournemouth, they were on the back foot like the other weekend when Liverpool smacked them 9-0. However, Forest got onto the front foot and they were worthy of their lead. Good goal in the build-up, and then another goal hits Bournemouth again, and it looks like lessons weren't being learnt in terms of their shape-up defensively. And before you know it, Forest gets the second goal of the game. Forgotten the goal scorer here. Who was it? Oh, Forest fans, if you care to comment on the goal scorer, put it in the chat. However, Bournemouth's in the second half came into the game. They had to show for what they had to show for their abysmal display defensively, and what a goal by Billing. He receives it square on, and he's hit a power driver. Dean Henderson, no chance. And before you know it, Bournemouth get the equaliser, and it's game on from there. And then a mistake at the back by the Nottingham Forest defender. Dominic Solanke launches onto it, squares it to Anthony, and all he needed to do is get a good contact on it, and it ends up at the back of the net, which it did, to send the Bournemouth fans crazy and delirious. And for me, Aoni, he was probably better off passing than shooting, but it was a desperate moment for Nottingham Forest, and they fell short, so it finished Forest 2, Bournemouth 3. Next game, Tottenham v Fulham. I think Tottenham always had this game under control, as much as I hate to admit it. They were favourites to win the game. Some would say home banker, but Fulham are no pushovers. They are a decent outfit this season. Mitrovic on form. I mean, this could be a potential banana skin, but it wasn't to be. I think Tottenham got their nose in front, but I can't remember the name of the goal scorer. I think it was an attacking player. Oh, Richarlison. No, Richarlison had the goal ruled out, I believe, and possibly rightfully so. But Tottenham never stopped Tottenham pressing and getting onto the front foot, and they did get the goal that it was deserved. And then Harry Kane gets onto the score sheet later on in that game. But Fulham grab a late consolation to produce a finale finish. Mitrovic on song again, and scoring in both North London grounds, all but on the losing side. So it finished Spurs 2, Fulham 1. Next game, Wolves v Southampton. I think Southampton were just on the front foot, although Wolves had plenty of possession and didn't create much as such. Maybe one or two chances. I think Southampton created 2 or 3 good chances, and just couldn't find the shots on target. And then before you know it, Wolves get the winning goal. I think the new striker played a part in it, and I think the new attacking midfielder gets the winning goal, but I've forgotten the name of the goal scorer. Again, Wolves fans, you care to drop it in the chat. Southampton pressed, I believe, to the point where they were looking for the equaliser, but I think Wolves held firm. So it finished Wolverhampton 1, Southampton 0. Last game of the Saturday game was Aston Villa v Manchester City. So Aston Villa welcomed the champions to Villa Park. Looking like it was one-way traffic as it was, and Man City were on the front foot. Haaland was obviously the danger guy, and in the second half he gets his 10th Premier League goal of the season. Or was it in the first? Yeah, it was in the second half. Villa 1-0 down, but to credit to Steven Gerrard's lads, they kept going, and Leon Bailey looked like a bright spark. I mean, he was causing them all sorts of problems, and before you know it, Leon Bailey scores the equalising goal, and a good pass, good crossfield pass to him. He launches it side-footed, side of the net, giving Ederson no chance. Man City still on the hunt for the winning goal, but it never came, and that's another 2 points drop from them. But for Villa, that's a good point. So it finished Aston Villa 1, Man City 1. On to Sunday's games. Where else to start off but with Old Trafford? Manchester United v Arsenal. First 10 minutes, I thought Man United were on top. Arsenal were flat. Didn't look like they were going to press in numbers, and until after the first 10 minutes, Arsenal grew and had a 20-minute spell where a goal was scored. Martinelli launched onto Seca's pass, but the goal was ruled out for a foul. And in this day and age, that sort of foul, what was committed by Odegaard, he would have probably got away with it. But nevertheless, the goal was chalked off because of the foul. And before you know it, on the 35th minute, um, Ericsson finds Fernandez with a great forward pass to my liking because Arsenal were too open in the midfield. And Fernandez was fouled. A Man United player launched onto the ball, found the next Man United player, and then Anthony opened his account in the Premier League for the first time due to poor marking and defending by Arsenal. And Gabriel Dos Santos Magalhaes, hold your head in shame. You were out of a defensive position and found wanting in the midfield. I don't understand. Um, First 15 minutes of the second half, Arsenal dominated. They were in control and they got what they deserved, and that was an equaliser, well rewarded. I mean, Gabriel launches onto a pass, and before you know it, he was tackled superbly, only to the ball, only for the ball to land on Saka's feet. He obviously hits it first time on the side foot into the empty net, although through the legs of Martinez. But Arsenal were just naive again. 5 minutes later, players that I don't know who was meant to be defending. Maybe Gabriel was not meant to be seen. He steps out of the defence again, leaving Saliba exposed, and Marcus Rashford launching onto a through ball from Ericsson, and Ben White did everything he could to prevent that goal from happening. He did get a touch on it, but Marcus Rashford's effort was already on target, pass beyond Ramsdale 2-1 Man United, and then the substitutions were very, very naive of Mikel Arteta. It spun the game Man United's way. Before you know it, another through ball played in to Ericsson. Ericsson has Marcus Rashford to square it to into an empty net with the efforts of Ben White coming to no avail. 3-1 Manchester United, and well, you know, Smith Rowe came on and had a shot just over the bar. But for me, United were winners and Arsenal threw the game away. So it finished Man United 3, Arsenal 1. Last game but not least, Brighton Hove Albion v Leicester City, and just under a minute gone, Leicester City on the front foot, and before you know it, a cutback by Daka onside, Iheanacho to tap into an empty net, 1-0. However, 10 minutes, I think, or maybe after 10 minutes, Brighton went over up the other end, persevering as they were doing, and they got the equaliser they deserved. Although the header from Solly March off Luke Thomas and own goal, before you know it, Brighton got the lead that they deserved. James Maddison losing the ball in midfield, Enoch Iwepo running past him with the ball, and he's teed up Caicedo. Caicedo, all he has to do is hit the target, which he did, and he succeeded in scoring 2-1 Brighton. However, to Leicester's credit, they kept going. A brilliant ball by Yuri Tillemans found Patson Daka one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he slots it past Sanchez 2-2. However, possibly the goal of the season was denied by VAR by the marginals of offside, and I couldn't understand it. What a strike by McAllister, and he was denied by the marginal of errors, all thanks to the video assistant referee. However, Brighton were not to be denied moments later. Lisandro Trossard put through, allowed the ball to run across him, and slotted it into the far end of the back stick or the far post. 3-2. Moments later, I think McAllister gets onto the score sheet with a penalty. Wilfred indeed, he should hold his head in shame. How has he allowed the winger to get the better of him? And not only is he pulling him, he pushes him in the area. Blatant penalty, no VAR review on that one. And McAllister slots it into the middle of the net, sending the goalkeeper the wrong way. And then, before you know it, it's 4-2. Leicester didn't really respond as such. I think their heads were down. And Brighton went on to get the fifth goal, and what a goal it was. Free kick conceded by Amate. Amate and Madison having a go at each other, and the players are having a go at each other. And before you know it, a curling effort. Danny Ward, no chance, from 20 odd yards out, maybe close to 25 yards out. And McAllister whips it in at the back stick there. What a goal. 5-2. So it finished Brighton over Albion 5, Leicester City 2. And now that concludes all the Premier League fixtures and the goals. And I hope you've enjoyed the review. Otherwise, ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys to the girls, it's late. And I'd like to say thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Saving the best to last, as I always do. Thank you so much for putting up with me and my tired voice and my yawns. I'll be here again tomorrow for the preview of FC Zurich v Arsenal. Keep an eye on that for me, yeah? Until next time, I'm out of here. So peace, love, and bless again. Remember to look after your friends, look after your families, do look after yourselves, which is important. DLG repping. We'll talk again. I'm out of here. Remember, just please be nice, as always.